because Barack Obama's legacy, we're not going to dwell on it for an hour, because we're very grateful for his presidency and focus on the good. However, you wrote up Ross Douthat this week.
I did.
And one of the things that he mentioned that stuck in my craw was that Barack Obama is a cult.
Yes.
Which anyone who is of the party of Donald Trump really shouldn't let those words in his whore mouth, in my personal opinion. But the more I thought about it, and last night, as everyone on Twitter was saying, thanks, Obama. And
right.
They were chanting outside the White House, thanks, Obama. And New York City was chanting, thanks, Obama. And it occurred to me, and I was, like I said, I was really praying about this, which is it a cult? And I think we have to at least ask that question of ourselves. And the way I look at it when I think about this is I am more than willing to talk with anyone about Barack Obama's failures and his humanness and what about him didn't work if we're talking about it as historians, right?
Right.
And this is the first draft of history is what you talk about. This is not how he'll be remembered long term necessarily. On the other hand, he is now sandwiched between two presidents who are by comparison, really not good presidents. So,
well, I call them the petit mal and grand mal presidencies.
Yeah. So that as far as the immediacy of it matters, but I am convinced that Barack Obama held the presidency in esteem above his own ego.
Right.
To the point that he held the office.
Right.
And so when I hear Ross Douthat or Fox News say, you got to respect the office and just suck it up and go to the inauguration because the office, it's not about a man. It's about the office of the presidency that you have to respect. Again, the utter total hypocrisy of that.
Right. And I think that is, I am perfectly willing to have intelligent grown-up discussions with members of my family. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But if you show up on a sad day at a funeral and your first fucking impulse is to insult the guy in the coffin.
Yeah.
And look around and say, yeah, he was an asshole. He owed me money. He was a dick. Yeah. If that's your first impulse, then you know what? You're not here for any reason other than to vent your fucking spleen.
Well, but then the other side of that, and I'm really playing devil's advocate here.
Sure.
Okay. is that and again, this is devil's advocate. The devil's advocate position would be by not going to the inauguration today or by not watching the inauguration and not participating in the peaceful transfer of power.
Sure.
You are the nasty ex-husband at a wedding who walks in and shits on everything when we're trying to celebrate a new beginning for America.
Go ahead, celebrate, have a great time, have a wonderful time. I think that I remember that during the peaceful transition of power in 2008, leaders of the Republican Party met at a steakhouse.
That's right.
And they cooked up a plan to destroy the Obama presidency.
Yeah.
The day he was inaugurated was the day they unveiled their plan to cripple and destroy the Obama presidency by any means necessary. Mm-hmm. And that was during a time of economic freefall, stuck in the middle of two wars, any number of disasters bearing down on us from all sides. And their highest priority was to cripple this guy right out of the box by whatever means they could lay their hands on. Now, that being said, that's the baseline.
Yeah.
Those are your rules.
Well,
that's your standard. All I'm doing to the Republicans out there is holding them to their own standards.
Yeah.
Your standard is
Martin Luther King of you, by the way.
All I'm saying is, and this is why the most important thing liberals can do while we are in the wilderness is to do what we've always done. The most dangerous and important tool in your inventory is your memory. Mm-hmm. Because I swear to Almighty God, 18 months from now, half the Trump voters will swear on the lives of their children they hated Donald Trump and never voted for him.
Right.
Or they'll blame the cucks and the rhinos in Congress.
Right.
And the secret liberal media something for the fact that America's not great anymore. or great again or great yet or whatever the fuck they're going to complain about. Those people, all of them, if you voted for Donald Trump, you're not on my team. And if your first impulse on this day is to show up on my blog and piss all over my comment section about what a asshole Barack Obama.
That's what you got to do with your time today. Wow.
That's your priority. And you know what? God, I'm glad I live in a country where you get to have that as your priority. But you're basically my enemy. I don't give a shit how much I hurt you. I don't give a shit about your feelings or you've just told me everything I need to know about you.
Yeah.
You are the one who needs to be defeated. You are the one who needs to be wiped out in terms of your electoral voice.
We're going to switch gears because you're getting mad.
No, I'm just saying. All I'm doing is doing what every good liberal should do, which is hold them to their own standards.
Right.
After the Clinton administration, the standard was we must investigate anything any president does, no matter how trivial it is.
In time of war, it's the most important thing to do. Right.
Time of war, time of peace, whatever. It's a Lincoln bedroom, Christmas card list, travel gate, whatever even if there's a whiff of scandal, even if that whiff comes from a crackpot right-wing magazine that you know is full of shit, we have to hold investigations. That went out the window the day that George Bush took office. And then the new standard was, fuck deficits. Who gives a shit? He's the president. He can do whatever he wants, and you're just a traitor if you don't follow the line. Oh, okay. That's the new standard.
But Driftglass, I'm a little bit afraid because that means under that standard, if we're gonna have the same standards under a Democratic president that the Republicans have under Trump, that means you and I are going to be in the White House press pool.
We are. Let me just wind that out. Under Bush, the new standard was shut up and toe the line.
Right.
Under Obama, the new standard was, fuck towing the line. You must destroy him at all costs. So it is vitally important, even if we have no position of power other than a blog and a podcast and occasionally a voice in the air, to remind people that the Republican Party are full of traitors and liars and con men and morons. And every time the administration changes, they change the rule book 180 degrees.
Yep.
I mean, and this gets us to the confirmation hearings.
Oh.